The dog is just sitting at the door, barking to be let in because he's a jerk. Welcome everybody! I am super excited to be doing this video. In part 1 of this series, I mentioned that you need to set the character's driving need, desire, ambition, and goal. What does that mean? Why is this important? I like the way the website Advanced Fiction Writing put it, and I'm going to read off of it. Your character can have fine values and a noble ambition, but until she has a concrete goal, you don't have a story. The goals will be the concrete realization for some abstract ambition that is built on one or more of these values. I could do a separate video on goals, ambitions, values, dreams, but for the sake of time, I'm going to break apart the 5 most important things to think about when you are developing your character's goals and ambitions. Number 1, does your character's goal match the story you are trying to tell? If you're telling a mystery, why does your character need to solve the mystery? If there's a romance to be had, what failings has your character experienced before that add depth and dimension to this romance? If your character is heading out on an epic adventure, what do they need to get out of this adventure? This does not have to be what they end up getting out of this, but it's what do they want to get out of this experience. If your character's goal does not match the genre you are trying to write, it may be disconcerting for the readers and possibly not even sell. I know, none of us are looking to sell our books, right? I find researching the genre you want to write before you write it is helpful. You need to know the tropes of the genre. So down below, I've linked a great website that I've used in my research of the different tropes. Number 2. Is the goal ultimately obtainable? World peace? Not gonna happen. Sorry. Is the goal just to finish high school? I'm gonna throw something here. That's such a boring goal. It's way too easy. So one of these goals is way too hard. One of these goals is way too easy. Your character's goal has to be something that is difficult for them to obtain where they are at now, but not something they have no chance at all ever of obtaining. If your characters are in high school, what roadblocks are you going to throw in their way to make life difficult for them? For example, the recently made homeless senior whose girlfriend just left him because his parents lost their job and he's living out of his car and the registration and the tag payment is due and he's trying to get a baseball scholarship to pay his way through college. Like, yeah, that's a story I want somebody to write. If you're interested in writing it, let me know down in the comments because I would want to read that one. That's like heart-wrenching and it's tugging and it's much more than I just want to finish high school. Number 3, does your character's goal have teeth? By teeth, I mean, does your character's goal have some sort of consequence? If the police officer does not make detective by his 25th birthday and that's okay, that's no teeth, seriously. But if he comes from a wealthy family and his trust depends on him making officer by his 25th birthday, and he's going to lose everything if he's not made officer. Yeah, that one has teeth. Another example, in the Hunger Games, Book 2, Katniss's goal was to keep her family alive, and Peeta alive. Like, seriously, that's it. That's a goal with teeth. This goal can be internal or external, but it has to have teeth. Oh, on the idea of internal and external, number 4, are there both internal and external difficulties for your character to reach their goal? Do you throw your character in a wide variety of difficulties, but they handle them all with ease? Do you throw a whole, slew of mind screwery at them, but none of the issues are out of their head? Your character needs both internal, I feel stupid, I am unequipped to handle this, trust and the lack thereof are only some examples, and external, items that move the plot, werewolves, vampires, explosions, things like that, kidnappings, to reach their goal. They need to grow in both ability and belief in themselves. And lastly, number 5, does your goal reflect the character's values? So is the end goal something that a human being with the character's values would think of as an end goal? Let's do some generalizing here. I'm an ex-preschool teacher and I teach high schoolers to be preschool teachers. So I'm going to pick on preschool teachers. Please, if you are a preschool teacher, do not take offense to this. My character is a 30-year-old preschool teacher. She escaped an abusive upbringing, changed her name, and relocated from Vermont to Denver, Colorado. Whoop whoop, great for her! But her father promised her to another mobster as bride, and that mobster has hunted her down. He has walked into her classroom and said how much he missed her while he placed his hand on the head of one of her children. He kneels down and asks the child about his family. He comments on the child's baby sister who's down the hallway in the infant classroom. He stands, holding the child's hand, and smiles at her. Creepy, right? I think my rendition of that is actually creepier than the guy, but we won't go there. What do her values require her to do? Is she a protector? Is she a runner? Does she hire a hitman? Or does she hire a tech guy to infiltrate his online operations and plant a virus threatening to destroy everything he holds dear? She could go either way. It depends on her personality and her values. That's all I have for you. In the comments below, please leave your ideas to help me and all the viewers identify and write amazing character ambitions. Thank you so much for stopping by my neck of the YouTube woods. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment. I'd love to get to know you. If you are new, please scroll down a little bit and click on the subscribe and the bell to get notified when I post new videos. I post writing and creative living advice and inspiration videos on Tuesdays, day in the life vlogs on Thursdays, and planning and organizational videos the third Friday of every month. I am working hard. Some days are better than others. I am working on living my creative life, and I hope you'll come along with me and share yours. Bye. Evangeline, go deal with him. You see me. You know, sometimes I just like to yell at my kid. No coughing! Okay.